How about today we just do a simple pros and cons list for Facebook gaming? That way, if you're a streamer on any platform, you can compare this platform to other platforms and make a good decision on maybe considering leaving the platform or staying. Pros and con lists for 2022 into 2023. As always, I want to thank you guys for stopping by. I've been streaming on Facebook for about 2 years now under Thumb Tacos, and it's been an interesting run. I'm still staying on the platform, but man, looking at the other platforms has got me thinking about a lot of stuff. So I started personally making some pros and con lists between Twitch and YouTube. Mostly Twitch for the main part, because I don't think YouTube is quite ready, but we're going to talk about that at the end. If you're thinking about YouTube, you might want to stay. But I certainly don't know everything, so if you have some pros and cons you want to add, get them in the comments, because that only helps the community in understanding this platform. So please get involved. Let's start with some bad news. Con number 1, chat glitches. The chat seems to have reoccurring issues all the time on Facebook gaming, where your chat will freeze or won't load everybody's comments, or you're only seeing half the comments. It is very frustrating, or it'll flat out just mute people for no reason. Not muting in the sense that you won't see it, but they won't be able to comment or they'll get blocked out. It's very frustrating. The chat glitches are definitely a con. The biggest number 1 pro is, of course, the Facebook algorithm. It really does work and get you more viewers to your page, way beyond any other platform as of right now. Con number 2, viewers being booted for no reason. This is also kind of like the chat. As much as that glitches, it seems like some people just get kicked out of your live stream. They have to reload it. It's very frustrating as a viewer to have this experience. A pro number 2, you have access to your friends and family that you already have on your platform, or on Facebook. If you just start on Facebook gaming, you can access all your friends and family and invite them to your page, getting you to the level up that much faster. Con number 3, being wrongfully copyrighted. This happens every week to me. I'll get a notification that I'm being copyright striked for something. I go in, I dispute it, and they take it away. It's not a big deal because you can dispute it, but man, it's really freaking annoying. Pro number 3, the ability to post reels and VOD form content on your page. This is also a great tool to get more reach on Facebook gaming. Twitch has such a short life with your videos on there, and of course YouTube has the same abilities. So like I said, this is more of a comparison to Twitch and Facebook, but there again, I guess YouTube's tied with that. But there's definitely a pro on Facebook gaming. Con number 4, it is really easy to get hacked on Facebook gaming. I've known friends of mine that have gotten hacked out, lost their accounts, even had money stolen from them. This is a real problem. You have to protect yourself. Maybe I'll make a breakdown video if you guys want to see it on what the certain steps you can do. But basically, in a nutshell, don't add people you don't know personally. That's number 1. Yes, we're trying to build communities and everything like that, but you got to be really careful who you let in your circle, especially your mod circle and all that kind of stuff. You can get easily hacked and doxxed on this platform because our names are attached to it and anybody can look you up and really cause some problems. Pro number 4, small streamers earn more on Facebook gaming than they do on Twitch. This is just hands down the truth. A lot of it comes down to stars being more amped up on this platform for some reason. I really don't understand it, but once you get level up, you are easily more available. It's easier to make more money on Facebook gaming, and I've seen that across the board. Maybe some people's experiences are different, but if you're a smaller streamer, you have a better chance of making some side hustle income on Facebook more so than Twitch. But let's not kid ourselves. Twitch's ceiling is way higher than Facebook's right now, so if you can blow up on Twitch, of course, you're going to make more money there, and I'm aware of that. Con number 5, page glitches. Now, these are the things that hold us back on reach and everything else. I personally had this with Reels. I got a bonus to post Reels and to earn money with posting Reels, and then I got flagged for posting my Reel in a country that is ineligible to have Reel distribution. Now, that has nothing to do with me. I disputed it. I never heard another word about it. That red mark stayed on my page for months and months and months, and of course, I lost the window to earn money in their bonus program with Reels. I feel like it was a cheat. I'm really pissed off about it, but then again, there's nothing I can do about it. And there are glitches like this across the board on Facebook gaming, and just luck of the draw. You might go and then find it in your creator studio, and you're kind of just shit out of luck. I certainly try to reach for help, but this is still a recurring problem. Page glitches that hold our reach back or just hurt our income or whatever it is. Definitely a con. Pro number 5, advertising and promotion on Facebook gets more reach than if you were on Twitch and trying to promote on Facebook. In-house advertising on this platform goes a lot further than outside advertisement on this platform. So it's really nice to have that option there if you're willing to invest in yourself. Now, I always encourage people to consider doing this only if your product is worthwhile. If you are just starting out, you probably don't want to invest money in ads and pushing your videos, because you're going to run into a snag where you're just not good enough to retain people's attention yet. So take that with a grain of salt. It is nice, it does work, and you can narrow down your audience and have a ton of reach. But if your product sucks, yeah, you might want to hold off till it gets better. And I don't mean that as a slight. I certainly wasted a lot of money on this early on, so I'm just trying to hopefully get you guys to not make that mistake. Con number 6. The U.S. partner program specifically is horrendously out of whack. I'm going to kind of have a little bit of a complaint section here. I average about anywhere from 90 to 150 viewers when I go live, and I've averaged that out for months, and I'm only at like 60% towards partner. I had a spike there briefly where I was at like 80%, 80, 90%, and even if I would have reached 100% of their requirement, you still have to hold that for 30 days. And when you look at Twitch and you look at YouTube and the requirements for it, I would be partnered elsewhere. And it's very frustrating as a US streamer in particular to be on this platform and know that like you can't get to that next level until I basically have to double what I'm doing right now. And I'm already beyond what I ever thought I could do on this platform. So yeah, the partner program, I would not even recommend thinking about it on Facebook Gaming because there isn't a big enough viewership yet to really get over that hump unless you're just damn lucky. Or you happen to get in early with, and I hate to say it, a lot of streamers started earlier, they got in, now the program's very hard to break through that wall. I think it's still possible, but it's not worth the thought process. So don't start streaming thinking like, I can't wait till I get partner. It's not as easy as stepping towards that. That is a very, very challenging goal, and I think it's better mentally to just let it ride out. But yeah, the US parameters for partner definitely need to be revisited. And for some reason, the returning viewers don't count as engaged viewers. And I think that's the biggest hookup or hang up with that, because they used to require 250 for supporters. Why not do 1,000 returning viewers for partner? Facebook, something to think about. But here's a pro. Getting level up is very easy compared to Twitch. Twitch doesn't have much. You need 3 average viewers and a certain amount of time done. But with the level up program, you'd be surprised how easy it is to get 100 followers. You just have to post some reels and make some VOD content and ask a few friends to come over and invite your friends and family. And the level up program is very feasible to get within a week or so. And if you haven't yet, look into that. Look into reels and all that other stuff so you can get more people to your page. And also remember this, if you ever get a like or reaction on any video that you create on Facebook, you can go in and invite them to like their page or like your page. It really helps out and brings in new people. Number 7 in the con department is there's way more paranoid streamers on Facebook Gaming from my own personal experience, at least what I've seen. There's a lot of that competition, a lot of that don't come in here under your game page and blah, blah, blah. Like I find it almost laughable at this point because honestly on Twitch, everybody has a streamer name. So if you visit another streamer, they see that they don't know if you're a streamer or not necessarily, but it doesn't matter to them as long as you're in there to communicate. And I feel like this courtesy is dropped off on Facebook. I feel like you come in onto your page and right away you get red marked as always trying to poach or doing this kind of stuff. Now, certainly that does happen. But if you're really that worried about it, it reflects more on the streamers that are concerned about it than the streamer that comes in under their page. Now, for me personally, my phone just randomly puts me under my page, and I'm not going to go out and do all this shit just so I can go and watch a streamer and talk to them. And I'm sorry if that bothers anybody out there, but if you are that worried about it, then you are the insecure one in this situation. There's got to be a better way to look at that, because honestly, all the streamers on this platform should be able to get along and not be worried about poaching. It's so obvious when people are there to poach, and if you come in and you're just talking games and talking whatever, and you're not blasting links, I don't see a problem with it. But there's definitely that paranoid atmosphere on Facebook Gaming, and you'll notice it sooner or later. If you've experienced this, get it down in the comments below. Or maybe if you disagree with me, get in the comments below. I'm always open for discussion. That being said, a pro on Facebook Gaming is also the networking is much easier on this platform because there's different ways to reach streamers. They get notifications if you send them messages. It's easier to build circles and groups around streamer pockets and having friends and all that kind of stuff and backing each other up, because everything can be done on this platform instead of relying on a Discord or external site to build up those relationships. Now, I'm not saying it's impossible to do it on other platforms. I'm just saying it's very easy because it's all in-house. So networking seems to be a lot easier, at least in my experience, on Facebook versus Twitch. Here's a con that'll drive you nuts: the payout delays. Now, if you haven't experienced that yet, you're lucky, because sooner or later you're going to see this. You're going to be expecting this much of a payout, and you're going to get like half of it, and then Facebook's going to say, hey, the other half is coming later. If you go full time and you bank on that money coming in, that can be a real bad part or bad experience for you. And honestly, I've seen streamers quit this platform because of this issue alone. It should never happen. It makes no sense, but for some reason, Facebook has this reoccurring problem where you don't really get all your payouts on time all the time. Yeah, they notify you or they explain it, and it's frustrating. It's very annoying. I've never had that experience with Twitch. But the pro side is when you get subscribers or supporters on Facebook Gaming, you get 100% of that money, minus some fees that they apply to mobile users and everything else. Another pro there until they change that, but I think it's good through 2023. So you got another year of that. So push those subs and then we'll see what they do. Hopefully they do a 70-30 split. If they do a 50-50 like Twitch, it might be time to look at YouTube. I'm going to do another pro because I got these kind of out of order here, but another pro is the auto buffering on Facebook Gaming Mobile. So I'm not talking about the app, but I'm talking about when viewers watch your stream from a mobile device, there's auto buffering that happens, so the stream doesn't actually stop all the way. It takes a lot for it to fully get out. You might get behind a little bit, it might cut it off for a second or two, but it's way better than Twitch's mobile because that is atrocious. I don't know why. I like watching Twitch streamers. I have such a hard time watching them on my phone, but then all of a sudden Facebook streamers are just ready to go. Doesn't seem to matter if I'm in a rural area. I can get their feed sooner or later. It'll come through. So the auto buffering is nice. Now here's a con to that is it'll make your stream look like shit kind of when it doesn't need to. So it's kind of a hand-in-hand thing. Like, yes, people can watch, but this is going to look like shit. And then a lot of people that watch streams on TV will notice that. You'll notice the quality dips down or any of that kind of stuff. And it doesn't look as clean as Twitch. So that's definitely food for thought because you really want to have the best looking stream you can. So you got to dance with that. One thing to keep in mind, if you have a built-up audience on Facebook, then that audience is more mobile. They're more on their phones. Like 90-some% of viewers on Facebook are on their phones versus Twitch where it's a little bit different percentage. So I favor the phone users because I anticipate that's where most of my audience is, and I can see it. If I ever jump to Twitch and stream, I can see a major drop in viewership and a lot of complaints of, hey, it's not working, and it's because of the mobile usage on Twitch is a little rough. But if they get it on, the streams do look better. And finally, the last pro and con. The pro is your streams will live a little bit longer on Facebook Gaming. When you get done going live, if you trim your video and you put it back out there as you would, you can relabel it, you can adjust the things if something different happened, but your stream will sit there for a few days and actually get traction. You will see that you will get recommendations and viewers on your streams afterwards. And I've never seen that on Twitch, not once. So your stream lives a little bit longer. It's like 12 weeks. Now, I know on Twitch you can keep your videos there and some people can watch it, but I've never seen the amount of viewership on a VOD that was on Facebook versus a VOD that was on Twitch. And I think that's because the algorithm comes in and actually still recommends your videos. It learns the audience and it keeps exposing you to the audience. That's how I've managed to have videos go viral on Facebook Gaming. So that is a definite pro. It's probably one of the best pros. The biggest con on this platform, and if you made it this far, this is the real deal. The support on Facebook is horrible. There is literally a laughable reaction to most problems. We reach out to this platform for help. We send tickets, we dispute things, and when we get responses, it says somebody's name, but it's worded like they didn't look at what we wrote to them. And if you've had this experience, let us know in the comments because I guarantee you there are more and more of these stories that are going unheard, and it's very frustrating. Facebook Gaming does not communicate at all with their streamers. I heard that partnered streamers get this kind of treatment, and a lot of streamers in the mid-tier level that aren't partnered yet have this over and over and over again. Your stream could be taken off the app and not being pushed at all. And I had a personal friend of mine actually complain directly to Facebook that, hey, this is happening. And they said, no, that's not the issue. And they said that to a bunch of streamers. And then finally they acknowledged that that was a problem. Like, yeah, we recognize that this is an issue and we need to fix it. Then why the hell did you respond to streamers saying that's not the issue? Because you weren't paying attention. It's ran by half-ass idiots that don't pay attention to the full picture. I'm sorry, this is a very frustrating thing on this platform and you should be aware of it. I don't think it's much better on Twitch or YouTube necessarily, but I feel like when you get a response on those platforms, it's more honest, or at least somebody that read a sentence or two of what you're complaining about. And that's night and day difference between these platforms. They don't read your response. They look at the basic things that you tagged, and then they respond like a freaking robot. And if you tag them on Twitch, you will get a response like a robot. I can't stand it. I hope this changes if they want to save their platform. They got to fix the glitches, and they got to get that response a little bit better. Honestly, even with a pros and cons list, I still feel like the long-term game is going to be YouTube. And that's just my honest. If you made it all the way through this video, I think YouTube has the biggest potential in audience and growth and development for streamers in the long term. I don't know if they actually want it or need it. And I think that's where most of the streamers are probably getting frustrated. YouTube seems to kind of dip their feet in it, and they could open up this gateway to just a massive amount of viewers and streamers and all this stuff. And I think they're tiptoeing into it. So it's going to be really curious. I know this pros and cons list is Facebook. That's my expertise. I'm a Facebook streamer. I kind of stream on Twitch and I make YouTube content. But I feel like it's incredibly important to pay attention to all these platforms to see the trends. Now, I know that Twitch has a dying advertising structure to it. They do not have a strong business plan for how they want to grow and continue on. And a lot of the experts, I'm just as what I've read and seen, have talking negatively about where Twitch will be in a year or two, maybe even 3 years. And its life does not seem like it's going to go on. So I'm very hesitant to push people towards Twitch. But if you blow up on Twitch, you can make way more you can go way beyond any Facebook streamer and YouTube streamer right now. Unless you really blow up on YouTube, which is a challenge in all itself. But maybe that'll change. Maybe all this will change. Maybe Facebook won't exist anymore. Maybe it'll all be Meta and VR headsets. I have no idea. This is just the stuff that I come up with week after week in my own personal experiences. I put it into a okay video and I share it on here for you guys. So if you like that and you want to see more, make sure you guys consider hitting that like button, subscribing to the channel, that we can keep up with my weekly videos on Facebook gaming and streaming and gear and all that fun stuff. And if you want some entertainment stuff, I do have Game Over Review on here as well, retro games that we go through and play and have a little bit of fun. Thank you guys. We'll see you next week.
My shell crunch brings all the joy to the yard. I'm like, it's making me hard. Damn right, it's making you hard. You can eat me, but half in shard.